We are the farmers.
Yo, what's up guys, DubWar here and welcome back to another Clash of Clans video. Today we are going to be destroying some Town Hall 10s using Hog Riders. Now before we continue on with this video and go for the very first raid, I do want to apologize for not uploading for a whole entire week. Pretty much long story short, my birthday happened, my iPad almost broke, and I just had a very busy weekend. So I'm sorry guys, but believe me, we are back on track now. I want to get these uploads going because you guys have been showing so much more support recently, and it actually gives me so much more drive to make more videos. So I do apologize. I hope you guys aren't too mad about that, and we will be back on the daily upload schedule. Anyways, with the very first raid here, this guy's offering us 800,000 total resources and 3k Dark Elixir, and I do have obviously the Hog Riders on me. He does have both Inferno Towers on multi, and they are maxed out, and I know you guys are probably wondering, like, how do you plan on taking out this base? Well, let's see how this works out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take out the Town Hall, because I do want to attack from this bottom left side, just because there are some defensive towers on the outside here, so that just works out for me in the long run, because I can put down my golem here, then I can put down my wizards, my witches. I kind of put down the golem on the bottom part here, so he goes for that cannon, so that way I can take out that mortar on the top part, and then my Hog Riders will only have one center passageway to get to the middle, and I do want them to go straight for that Inferno Tower. That's why I kind of took out these defensive towers on the left and on the right, and I made that clear opening right to the very center. This guy does have balloons and the clan castle, so I was very scared. Pretty much all it takes is one of these balloons to drop a bomb on my Hog Riders, and it is going to annihilate them. So yes, I was very scared in this raid, but at the same time I was pretty happy with the results, because so far I see my Barbarian King in the very middle along with a couple wizards and witches. Also my Archer Queen is in the middle, so she's gonna help in taking out this Inferno Tower. I do have the Hog Riders kind of making their way through the top part there. I used my last free spell there. I still do have one more healing spell, but it's not going to help out too much in this raid because I don't have very many Hog Riders left. My Barbarian King was on a sliver of health for the longest time there, but he did help out a little bit. And yeah, so the Hog Riders on the right side there are going to die off here in just a second. I have nothing else that can save them at this point. I do have one Hog Rider that I kind of forgot to deploy at the beginning of this raid, so I put him down right there on the Tesla, and obviously he's going to do some massive destruction. I'm not really too sure where he went at this point, but let's go in and see what the Archer Queen is doing. She's taking out the Elixir storage, and she's going to move in and take out this Inferno Tower. I don't actually have to use her ability quite yet, because she's not taking any damage from any other defensive towers, so she is free to go right now at taking out these storages. She's going to go ahead and take out the gold storage next, I believe, on the top part here. Now let's see if the Archer Queen is smart enough to take out the rest of the gold from this guy's base. She does have to take a couple steps downwards to take out this last gold storage, but she does go for this air defense, so I was a little bit worried, like either she's going to go for that Tesla and Dark Elixir drill, or she's going to go for this gold storage, and yes, she does go for it, so we are going to get all the resources this guy had to offer us, which is awesome. And I guess I do owe the Archer Queen a big thank you, because she did take out the remaining 4 storages in the middle of this guy's base. So at this point, all I have left is just a couple skeletons and some archers on the right side. I'm not really too sure why I didn't surrender at this point, but I guess I wanted to see how much more percent I'd be able to get, and it looks like it is going to wrap up here in just a second. They are going to be able to take out that gold mine, and it's going to wrap up at 80%, and 403,000 gold elixir and 3k Dark Elixir. Holy crap. That's a nice juicy raid using Hog Riders. Anyways, here we are with the next one. This guy is looking even... I was gonna say even more difficult, but it doesn't really seem like it, especially because he does have one of his Inferno Towers upgrading, but he's definitely offering us a lot more loot, which is at 513,000 gold, 400,000 elixir, and 3k Dark Elixir. So I'm gonna come in from the top left side here, because that is where his Barbarian King is, and so I'm gonna go ahead, put down my Golem, my Wizards, my Witches, make that first opening compartment, get that Golem in there, and then I'm gonna put down my heroes, because I want to take out his Barbarian King, and as soon as I put down all of my Hog Riders, check out what happens here. 2 giant bombs appear out of nowhere because of these big opening compartments, and I panic, quickly put down a free spell, a heal spell, and I actually managed to save a lot of my troops. But when I take a look at how many wizards and witches I have, they pretty much all vanished from those 2 giant bombs, which really sucks. So at this point I put down 2 heal spells, one on the left side, one on the right side, and a free spell on that Inferno Tower. Then I put down a poison spell to take out those skeleton traps, because I don't want those to be annoying my Hog Riders, and looks like a lot of them are dying off at this point. I got a couple left in the middle, so they should be able to take out that Tesla. I got a couple on the bottom. They took out that Wizard Tower, but those guys all died off at this point. All that I have left now is just my Barbarian King, my Golem, my Archer Queen. I do have 2 witches on the top part there. My Barbarian King was getting dangerously low, so I had to use his ability, and it looks like he's gonna go down here in just a second because he's taking too much Archer Tower damage. I think that Archer Tower on the top part there should have been taken out earlier. I do have 5 archers on me for that specific reason, so they should be able to take that out. And I have the Archer Queen moving in on the right side here. Unfortunately, she didn't go into the center compartment, which is really bummer, because as she goes around in this big circle here, she's gonna have to go past these defensive towers, which is that cannon, that Archer Tower. There's a cannon on the bottom part, and another Archer Tower on the very bottom part. But let's see how this turns out. I do have her ability, and she is at full health, so I'm not super worried, but at the same time, I don't know, man. There's still 3 storages left. There's a gold storage, an elixir storage, and especially I do want to get that dark elixir storage. So it's hard to say how this is going to turn out. I had to use her ability there because she was getting too low. She's going to go ahead and take out this cannon. She's going to move up a little bit and take out that air sweeper, and then I believe she's going to go onto that gold storage. But she doesn't have any archers left from her ability, so that Archer Tower is going to take her out before she can take out that gold storage. And luckily, I do have a couple skeletons left for my witches, and they made their way into the center compartment, so they are gonna take out the dark elixir from that storage, which is awesome. That seriously saved me. And if it wasn't for those little skeletons, I definitely would have been walking away right now with leaving behind 3 of those storages. And right now, even though we did leave behind a little bit of gold and a little bit of elixir, we still walk away with 500,000 gold, 300,000 elixir, and 3k dark elixir. So anyways, we are back in the base. I'm gonna go ahead and collect my pumps and mines. You can clearly see that I've been quite inactive. I had a very crazy week, and especially because it was my birthday, I just didn't bother coming online. So also, we have won 2 wars in a row, so in my clan castle I do have a lot of resources, but before we collect that, I'm gonna go ahead and upgrade my air sweeper to level 5 and go ahead and collect this. Boom! 2 million of both resources and 10,000 dark elixir, which is awesome. Alright, I do have 6 million elixir right now, so I could probably get an upgrade in my laboratory, which would either be my barbarians or my jump spell. I'm kind of leaning more towards my jump spell because I use that a lot more than my barbarians, but I don't think it's a good idea to upgrade it right now, because if I do, I'll be left with 68,000 elixir, which doesn't really make much sense. So let's leave that for another video. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. If you did, please make sure to smack that like button down below. Helps me out a bunch, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace, guys, and keep clashin'.